Hey, what's up guys, it's Dom from Hole Printing Inc. In today's exciting video, I'm sharing with you, watch this video before buying your DTF printer. Some of you might be in the market, it's the new year, you want to begin new opportunities and adventures, and you're really excited to tackle on 2025 and you're considering buying a DTF printer. My name is Dom, I own Hole Printing Inc. I've been in the printing industry for years, I've worked with many big corporations, and I help you on your printing journey. So guys, I've been doing this for quite some time now, and I started with a DTF L1800 printer. Only one of them. At one point in time, I had 4 DTF L1800 printers printing every single day. My channel is based on the DTF small format printers from ProColored. So in this video, I want to share with you, is it a good time to buy a DTF printer? All of the questions you might be having so you can better understand if you're ready to pull the trigger, what you need to buy, and all of that good stuff. So without wasting any time, let's get right into the video. Number one, why do you want to buy a DTF printer? Is it for a hobby? Is it for fun? Is it for your business? Is it for your clothing brand? Once you understand why you want to buy a DTF printer, we can move on to the next step. Here's my advice. If I'm looking down, I'm looking at my laptop so we don't get too off track. If it's for a hobby, let's say you're a single father, a single mom, and you want to have a hobby that creates some sideline revenue for your family, it could be an interesting opportunity. So if this is for a hobby, I'm going to put yes or no, right? So again, if you're doing this as a hobby and you're getting into DTF printing for the first time, it's a yes or no. If it's for your business, it's again a yes or no. If it's for fun, I honestly suggest you guys stay far away from DTF printing, whether that be a small printer or a big one. If you're just doing this for fun, I believe you guys are going to have a lot more fun with screen printing, vinyl, stuff of that nature. If it's for your clothing brand, it's a yes or no. I would go towards screen printing. Now that you know why you're getting into DTF printing, again, is it a hobby, is it a business, is it for fun, is it for your own clothing brand? Let's talk about volume, right? If it's a hobby, you're most likely going to fall into 1 to 10 transfers per day or even per week. That's why I would maybe suggest going into vinyl if it's for a hobby, not necessarily screen printing. If you're printing 11 to 23 transfers per day, I would suggest anywhere from a business to even in some cases a hobby, right? Depending on the demand. If you're printing 24 to 99 transfers per day, most likely a printing business, a DTF printer is a good option for you. If you're printing over 100 transfers per day, you most definitely would need a DTF printer. Now let me show you the size of a transfer and let's get right into it. So guys, this is the average size of DTF transfer. You can have them bigger or smaller. This is an A3 format. We have 11.5 inches wide by 16 inches long, just to give you a visual reference. Now this is by far one of my most important videos, and the reason being is that I want to save you the trials and tribulations I've been facing for over 4 years. I've started with a DTF L1800 printer and I evolved my business to at one point have 4 of those printers. There's so many things that can go wrong. It can affect your business, it can affect your mental health. So hopefully you watch this video carefully before pulling the trigger and buying your very own DTF printer. Now that we know why you want to buy it, clothing brand, fun, business, or a hobby. We've talked about volume. I showed you a reference of how big a transfer is. Now let's cover some options that may be good for your specific situation, and then I'll talk about my suggestions. So number one, as options, we have DTF transfers that you can buy pretty much anywhere online. This is going to be your number one step. Before you even buy a DTF printer, it's very important that you buy some DTF transfers online. There's a bunch of different suppliers depending where you are in the world, but you guys can make your own research. I don't want to vouch for a specific company because we're not at the point currently where we have a high enough demand and a good enough quality, to be completely honest, that I'm comfortable selling you guys a lot of DTF transfers. If we have the odd order here and there, I can fulfill it. I can make you guys some transfers, but I would suggest looking in your local area for a few reasons. If you have a local DTF printer that can make you some quality prints with low turnaround time, meaning that it's going to be shipped out either the same day or the day after, and it's in your local area, you're not going to be waiting very long to receive those transfers, which is going to be easier for you with your production, whether it's a hobby for fun, it's your clothing brand, or even your business. It's very important that you start with DTF transfers from a local supplier so you can touch base, understand the technology, understand the printing settings and go from there. Other options is going to be like I started, the DTF L1800 printer. My channel is basically a Bible when it comes to DTF printing, especially for those smaller printers. This printer is going to be ideal for anybody printing from 1 to 10 transfers per day, all the way up to 24 transfers per day. Anything above that, you're either going to need another DTF printer, a small one, or you're going to be switching over to commercial. Transitioning into the last option that I have for you guys is going to be a commercial printer. A commercial printer is like we have in the back right here. We have a 24-inch commercial printer with 4 heads, meaning that when we try to print something, it's ridiculously fast. We don't have to wait very long for big orders to be pumped out, and honestly, it is incomparable to a small format printer. If you want to have something in between from the DTF L1800 and a 4-head DTF printer, you have 13 inches wide commercial printers. These have the shaker and oven combo, so you don't have to manually bake your sheets, and they're quicker than the DTF L1800. From DTF L1800, you have some things below that, meaning that they're less quick, and you have a lot of things above the DTF L1800 printer. It's really going to come down to how many transfers you're printing per day. And again, that's going to change with your business, especially if you're starting a new business. I would honestly suggest you guys start with transfers online, and then you maybe buy a DTF L1800 printer to get familiar with the technology before jumping to a commercial printer, so you can really understand how the technology works and realize if it's something you want to do for your business. Now let's talk about my suggestions and what I would have done differently if I were to start over. Number one is I would obviously buy transfers online. This is something I've only done once or twice, and it's been years that I've been printing. I would buy transfers online and start my business like that. If I was doing hobbies, same thing. The last thing you want is a DTF printer and it's basically collecting dust and it's creating a bunch of problems. You're not having the time to do the maintenance, you don't understand it properly, you don't have time to fix it when it's broken. It's basically going to create a bunch of headaches. So this is my number one suggestion. Start buying transfers online before you do anything else. My second suggestion would be anything that you cannot do in your shop, try to buy it online. Like I was saying, transfers. If you don't have vinyl equipment for stickers, buy it online. There's a bunch of different ways you can grow your business besides DTF printing, but I'll keep that for a separate video. Your business is not directly your DTF printer. It's all the other things. It's the fulfillment, it's the product, it's the service, right? Make sure you guys focus on that. If you're doing a clothing brand, I would honestly go with screen printing. For anything that's more complicated, I would outsource it with a DTG printer or DTF transfers. Just make sure you buy yourself a good heat press. That's always going to be very valuable. So whether you're starting a clothing brand, you're doing this for fun, you're starting a business in printing, or you're doing this as a hobby for friends and family and for your own projects, I would honestly go all with transfers online. I would stay far away from DTF printers. As your business keeps growing, or as your clothing brand keeps growing, or anything else you've been doing for your projects, you can invest into a small DTF printer. My last suggestion would be to explore other printing options, screen printing, vinyl, all of that good stuff, so you can have a global understanding of what works best for your brand or for your business. My last suggestion is as DTF keeps growing in your business or your projects, you can invest into a DTF commercial printer. Hopefully you guys found this video somewhat helpful and you better understand what the next step is for your specific needs. If you found this video somewhat helpful, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new. This was Dom from Whole Printing Inc. Make a print you'll never forget.